Welcome, everybody, to Be Kind and Rewind with Ruckus, the only nostalgia-based show on Premier Streaming Network, where we invite pro wrestlers, athletes, MMA fighters, actors, actresses, musicians, notable personalities to come on and talk all things nostalgia, movies, toys, games, and music. I'm your host, Mikey Ruckus. Joining me to my right is my co-host / assistant, Keeping It Will. Keeping It Will, how are you this week?
60 more shows until I do not get sued. So contract's up. So I'm just counting them down right now. This is show 60, and then I am done.
Love it. Joining us this week is someone that needs no introduction. If you follow mixed martial arts, you know exactly who she is. She's been around a very long time. She is an icon of the sport. She is a karate hottie, Michelle Waterson. Michelle, how are you? Sun's out, guns out. Boom, double buys in the building.
I need to put a shirt on. What?
Yeah, it's about time. Wow. Michelle, how are you?
Oh, I'm loving life. Just, really enjoying the holidays. Our house is under construction right now, and we have my brother-in-law and sister-in-law living with us as they come here from California. So it's a full house, but I kind of like it that way.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Family is always the best. I got to ask, Ruckus, how did this happen? How did you get Michelle Waterson on the show? Michelle and I go way back to Invicta Fighting Championship days.
Really?
Yeah. So, I hit her up because I know that she's got that flash and she likes to have fun. Her TikTok is amazing. So I was like, let me see if Michelle wants to do the show. And she was like, absolutely. So I was like, hell yeah.
I love the idea of like everything nostalgia, just kind of, talking about all the things that inspired you to be who you are. It's such a cool concept. I love it.
Wonderful. And with that, we'll jump right into the movie review. So this week we are reviewing a movie that Michelle had picked herself Best of the Best. That film stars Eric Roberts as Alex, Philip Reeves, Tommy Lee, James Earl Jones as Principal Coach Frank. I call him Principal Coach Frank.
Coach Frank.
And Keeping It Will, your boy Chris Penn is in here too. Michelle, tell us why this movie is near and dear to you.
Well, I was born in the 80s, so I consider myself an 80s baby. I was born in 86, but I grew up watching all martial arts movies. But this one to me was super near and dear to my heart because it was one of those martial arts movies that I could watch over and over and over again. And you just become so invested in the characters and their story that you can't help but be emotional about how the story pans out. Each fighter has their own personal journey, but then they also have a journey with the team. So that's kind of, Tommy and, his brother getting killed by the Korean team, and then him having to fight the same guy that killed his brother. Like, I can only imagine, like, the stakes are high, And then there's like this badass female coach that comes in and kind of just shows them what's up.
It was Shannon Tweed, wasn't it? Wasn't it Shannon Tweed that played that?
No, it's not Shannon Tweed. What are you
talking
about?
Oh, man.
Sally Kirkland. It was not right. Shannon Tweed. Okay. Get out of here with that shit.
We were just talking about Gene Simmons. I got excited again. Sorry.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Keeping It Will. So, Will, what do you think about Best of the Best?
So I'm going to be honest with you. As a kid, I'm not going to lie. And to this day, I still watch this movie on a regular basis. And I'm going to say something here that might embarrass myself, but I'm okay because I really have no pride. I still cry every time I watched this movie.
Yes.
I've watched it maybe 100 times, and I still, to that point, that he fighting becomes his brother. He's now his brother when Tommy has to fight the guy that killed his brother, and then he offers himself up as his brother, and then they're fighting, and they just it's just the way these two teams hate each other, and then they end up coming together because of battle, and brothers in arms, I guess is a good way of putting it, and the mutual respect that they gain for each other and as a team. It's to me, it was a very powerful movie. I mean, especially like in the 80s. And for something about this movie, it has held up for me over the years to the point where I still watch 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Like I'm a big fan of this series. When Chris Penn died in 2, like I was like, no. Spoilers, by the way. You know,
I know, dude. You're giving them all away.
yeah. So it's for me. It's a great. I love the whole I guess the whole catalog of these movies, but this one right here, I think it taught me a lot about sports, like as far as team camaraderie and what it means to really, I guess, be disciplined and committed to something. And then what it means to have that brotherhood, right? It's the first time I'd ever saw something like that because I didn't even start playing baseball by the time when I saw this movie. So I think it kind of helped me be a little bit more disciplined in team sports where I could actually be good at it. Unlike Ruckus, when it came to baseball, I was good. And I think this helped a lot with that.
Hey, I was good. You wanna ask the City League baseball coach how I did? It was James Earl Jones in a members only jacket.
They gave everybody trophies in your league. I know Hopewell. God bless.
So Michelle, what was your favorite scene in this movie if you had to pick one?
I have, honestly, I have so many, and Will, you really did touch on it, and I think about it all the time. Even within my career, it's kind of like so many people are like, how can you do such a violent sport? But honestly, I've met the most gentle souls in fighting. And it is something about coming together through violence and just like having a mutual understanding that this is what we do, and knowing the discipline and the sacrifice it takes to get to that point.
Yeah.
So even though you're like you stepping in the octagon to take each other's heads off, there's this huge respect because they're giving you, their body for that amount of time to be able to display your art. And so there's definitely a huge respect that goes into that. And I always tell people, you go into the octagon one person and you come out a different person. Yeah. Because you've given part of yourself and they've taken a part of you.
Wow.
That's an amazing way to put it. And really, people will never really truly understand that unless they walk in that path and they experience like what you've experienced and what other fighters experience. So that's
but I didn't even say what my favorite scene was. It was okay. So the scene that sticks out to me is when Tommy's like, he has this panic attack where he's realizing that he's getting ready to fight his brother's killer. And then he takes off and he doesn't want to fight anymore. And he's at the gas station and there's this little kid and his ice cream drops off of his cone. Mm-hmm. And then the bigger brother sees that and gives him his ice cream. And I just,
God, I'm gonna lose it in a second now. Wow.
But that part, and definitely the end scene when all is said and done and they kind of just leave their differences behind them and become brothers.
Love it. I think there's something special about the martial arts movies of like the 80s and even in the early 90s, like Best of the Best, No Retreat, No Retreat, No Surrender.
Who was in that? No Retreat, No Surrender. Do you remember?
Was it Mark Dacascos? Or am I thinking of a different movie?
Mark Dacascos. There's another movie called Only the Strong.
Only the Strong.
Yes. That's yeah.
And that was on the top of my list too. And it's just like you said, it's like this nostalgia. It was just like something that it sparked community and it sparked sportsmanship in a way that I don't think it was touched on before. And I think that's kind of what drove a lot of the early martial artists to get into it. At least that's what it did for me.
Now, were you into, I'm sorry, you go ahead, Will, you asked that.
No, I was just going to say, like, so when we talk about, I think we're about to ask the same question, Ruckus, but mine was probably going to be just a little bit better. So when you talk about 80s martial arts and things like that, right? There's so many different movies, right? I was going to ask you, a lot of times you don't see women in those type of movies, right? Except for Cynthia Rothrock. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Did she spark interest in you in anything like that? Did you enjoy her movies back then?
I did, but I guess I never, I watched martial arts movies and I was just more intrigued by the martial artists. It didn't matter that they were a girl or a guy. You know, it just was whoever. You know, what little girl did inspire me quite a bit was the little girl in Blade, who was around my age when she was in the movie. But it's the scene where like they're in this nightclub and it's like a rave and the movie's bumping. And then all of a sudden this girl comes out and throws like this 10 kick combination. And she's just kind of the center of attention. And I was like, man, she's a badass. And she was a little girl, you know, and I was like, she could do it. I could do it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay.
So that was actually going to be my question was,
right,
were you
go ahead.
already practicing martial arts when the first time you saw Best of the Best, or was that kind of like, was that a starting point in sort of like your martial arts journey?
Honestly, I don't remember. It kind of most all like a blur, I guess. I remember watching martial arts movies growing up. It was just kind of the era, right? Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Anytime any of his movies came out, it was like a family event. Like that's what we did on the weekends, is watch movies. And then when I did get into martial arts is when we would watch the movies and then pause, rewind, slow-mo, the action, so that we could break down the choreography and try to do it ourselves.
So when you look at all the 80s, number one is, true story, I watched this 80s karate movie. It was about a karate tournament. Guy was forced into it to save his daughter. I could never figure out, for 30 years I've been searching for this movie. And I just found it right now when I went to look for something to ask you about. So that's pretty cool, right?
Was that your?
It's Kill Again. It's Kill Again. I've been looking for the name of that, but I get two questions. One is, did you ever watch? I was a big fan of the American Ninja series as a kid. It made me want to go to karate school. I did. I never got to go, but I wanted to because of the. Do you remember those Ruckus American Ninjas?
Very vaguely.
Yeah, I remember American Ninjas. I think, you know, Mortal Kombat for me, Blade for sure. Mortal Kombat, Blade, and funny enough, Power Rangers for me were kind of the movies that made me want to get into it. But Mortal Kombat for sure. Like those movies were on repeat in my house.
I love that one. And then the last one I have to ask, and it's another 80s karate movie that's probably one of the most famous, and that was The Karate Kid. I just have a very simple question to ask you, okay?
He asks every.
You need to shut your pie hole, number one, okay? So the question is, in Karate Kid, first of all, do you like The Karate Kid?
I liked the girl version better than the boy version.
So I don't know what that means.
I maybe at that point in my life, I could relate more to the girl version of it. And it's funny because I went back and watched The Karate Kid myself as an adult, and it's like super cheesy and not really even accurate as far as the martial arts is concerned.
Because there's no way Daniel could do what he did, number one, and he used a legal kick, number two. He was the bully through the whole damn movie, number three.
He uses this show as his platform to rail against Daniel LaRusso.
Yes. Daniel LaRusso was the bad guy in The Karate Kid. Would you agree or disagree?
I always look at, I never see, and maybe this is because I've been fighting for so long that I've kind of taken good guy, bad guy out of people that are at odds with each other, because to me, it's just two sides of the same coin.
Boom. I'll take that. Yeah, that's great. I think you've settled the argument. So maybe
that means you never ask that question again.
I'm going to ask every damn time. Okay, every time I'm going to ask. So because he is the bad guy. So that's interesting. That Mortal Kombat was your favorite. Have you watched the latest ones? There's I know they made a new one. Have they made more than that one?
No, the one that came out in what? It was 2022 that it dropped.
Yeah, I saw that. Actually, did I see that one?
That was based around Sub-Zero.
Oh yes, I did see that. Yes, I did see it.
Did you like it?
Maybe it's just because I'm biased and I have like an attachment to the original that it didn't spark the nostalgia that I thought it would.
Yeah.
You know?
It's amazing how that works, right, Ruckus? When you go and you look at something from past and you're all excited, you're like, I want to go back and look at it again.
Yeah,
It's
because
like
it's so impressionable. It has such a huge impression on you when you're impressionable at a certain age, a time in your life, that it becomes a staple. And there's nothing that can replace the staple. So, yeah.
Well, that's kind of like when you watch a scary movie when you're a kid and it freaks you the heck out, and then you get older and you go back to watch and you're like, what the hell was I even scared about?
Or you try to get your kids to watch a scary movie that you watched and they're like, man, this movie's whack.
What is this? What are we watching here? Wait,
they're like, they're like, the CG is whack, Mom. What is this?
This is not even scary. Like, what are we doing?
Stupid. Michelle, what's your favorite scary movie of all time? What scared you the most, I guess is what I'm asking.
The Exorcist was really scary to me.
That's Mrs. Ruckus's scary.
Yeah.
That was really scary to me. And one of my favorite scary movies it's not so much like ghosts and goblins, but it's babe. What is that scary movie that you took me to see when we first started dating? Strangers?
The Strangers.
Oh, yeah.
That's mine.
That's Ruckus.
That is
yes, because
mine.
that's real life. That's real life.
I watched that movie by myself. Huge mistake. 2:00 in the morning. It had me screwed up for like 4 days.
Yes.
Never watched it again.
Yeah, and my husband takes me to the movie theater, and I'm like, I'm a vocal person, so I'm like screaming my lungs out and grabbing onto him and holding on to him, and he's like, never again. Never take to a movie, because every second I was like, ah!
That's amazing. Is he in the scary movies? Is that his thing?
He doesn't mind it, but he's like, he doesn't like watching them with me, because for the next week I'm like freaked out and don't want to go to bed with the lights off and stuff.
So Ruckus, your favorite scary movie is Strangers.
That's my number one scary movie that I'll never watch again in my life.
Yeah.
Ever.
You know what mine is? We're Having a Baby. That movie scares the shit out of me, man. Just the thought of that would happen to me scares me to death.
What is it a real scary movie?
No, it's just having children scares me. So
well,
he's lost.
Yeah.
There's no hope.
There's none.
Have you guys seen the movie Dolls?
No. It's
an old school movie. It's a definitely old school movie. So it's and I don't remember. I just remember watching it as a kid and being freaked out. But basically, it's like this couple and they get lost. They get turned around and they have to go to this house that is in the middle of nowhere. And they let them in for the night because they don't want to be driving around at night. And it's this huge mansion, but it's littered with all of these dolls, and the dolls at night come alive, and so it is kind of freaky.
I have seen that where they chomp their teeth and do different things. Like I'm looking at it right now. Yes. So, that would freak me out.
Right, and then so this is when my husband, like when my daughter first had, when she was a baby, she used to play with this doll that like walked, and my daughter like pretended to like be a barber and cut her hair and was like drawing all over her face. And Araya and I were gone for something. I don't know what we were gone for, but Araya for some reason left the doll right in front of our long, narrow hallway. And my husband comes out. Yeah. He like came out in the middle of the night and there's this doll like just like staring at him, and then it freaked him out so bad that he kicked the doll.
He kicked the baby. The baby. That is amazing. Best of the Best came out November 10th, 1989. And Michelle, we like to do a little something special here on the show where we go over the top 10 songs of that week the movie came out, which they would be ending of November 11, 1989. So Ruckus, explain how we do this.
Yeah, so basically what it is Keeping It will read off the top 10 Billboard charts of that week, November 10th/11, 1989. Mm-hmm. He will give the name of the song and the artist, and you and I have to sing from flash memory. So we'll give you the chance to sing it first. If you start singing it, I'll jump in and sing with you. If you can't remember it, and I know it, I'll start singing it, and hopefully that unlocks a memory. The average is 60-40.
Dang.
Average is 60-40. We've only had one guest get 10 for 10.
Yep. And
So,
we generally don't tell you have to sing the song until we get you on the show. That way you don't go look it up.
Oh, you're
Yeah, because we've had some people, and just so you know, I haven't looked either, so I have no idea what he's about to call out.
all right, Mikey.
All right. Let's do this. All right. U.S. Top 40, number 10, week ending November 11th, 1989, is Bobby Brown's Rock With Ya.
I don't know.
I don't know that one either.
I don't know, because I remember My Prerogative. Every
I
step.
wanna rock with you, rock with. Oh no.
That's Michael Jackson.
Michael
but
Jackson.
We'll give it to you. You know what? Same title. We'll give it to you. All right.
Same title.
Same title. We're going to go with it. Now, number 9, I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of this band. I'm a big fan of boy bands as a whole. I have no pride. I'm okay with it. Number 9, New Kids on the Block. Didn't I blow your mind?
Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Oh, baby. Oh, that's Please Don't Go Girl.
No. You're right. No, that's it. There was an old baby. There's always an old baby in a New Kid song. There's always there.
I didn't know boy bands existed in the 80s.
Oh, New Kids on the Block was the Jacksons were the original boy band, but New Kids on the Block were massive in the 80s. 89. Ooh, all right. Number 8, Tears for Fears, Sowing the Seeds of Love.
Nope.
That's it.
Sowing the seeds of love. Seeds of love. Sowing the seeds.
She had the part. There's a back part. There's a back rhythm part. She just hit it. So that's all.
Did I hit it? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna give that one to you. Yeah.
Extra credit for keeping it Will's keyboard.
There you go. I'm an excellent keyboard player. All right, number 7. This is by Janet Jackson. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Miss You Much.
I miss you much, baby. Yeah, I really miss you much.
S you much. I miss you much.
That's amazing. I mean, you went right into that one. You had that one on lockdown. All right.
I'm not at home. Just as soon as I came.
Oh my God, Ruckus. Number 6. This one I think should be a home run, but I don't want to speak too quickly. Massive hit. The B-52s, Love Shack.
The Love Shack in a little place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby.
There you go, Ruckus.
Oh, that's amazing. You guys are on a roll right now. Number 5, love me some Paul Abdul. Not going to lie. Number 5, Paul Abdul, It's Just the Way That You Love Me.
Oh, I don't know this one.
It's just the way that you love me, baby. It's just the way that you love me. And you love me like that. And it's the way that you love me. That's all I remember.
It's all right. Well,
Down.
there you go. The dance gives you half a point. The dance gives you half a point, okay? All right. Number 4. One of the most tragic things that's ever happened in the 80s.
Uh-oh.
There's a documentary coming out about this band very soon. I'm excited to watch. The greatest band that never was, Milli Vanilli, Blame It on the Rain.
Oh. I don't know.
Blame
Do you
it
remember?
on the rain. Yeah, yeah. Blame it on
Blame
the...
it on the...
Hey, oh, I almost had it.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Put the blame
on you.
Blame it on the rain.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you familiar with Milli Vanilli, Michelle?
Very, very Faintly.
So basically what it was they took two guys that were good-looking models, right? And they made them the cover of a band. So it was two gentlemen and two women that were singing these massive hits in 1989. Like they had like, I think 6 #1 songs off the album. It was massive. And these guys were lip syncing it, and everybody thought it was them two doing it.
Yeah.
And then they were doing
Grammys.
a live show. They won Grammys and everything. And they were doing a live show, and their tape backfired. It kept looping over and over and over again. They got exposed on live TV.
Girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. Girl.
And it was such a scandal. And back then, in 1990, I think is when it broke. But they're doing a documentary.
They had to forfeit their Grammys. They had to give their Grammys back.
Wow, really?
One guy killed himself. One of them killed himself. Yes, he could not. He just over the years. It was sad.
Pelato.
Yep. All right. Well, we go from that sad story to a great story. The second time on this week. It's very rare that we have the same band on twice in 1 week. I don't know if you can call them a band, but it's New Kids on the Block, Cover Girl.
I don't know that one.
I do because I know New Kids on the Block. I have no shame. I'm okay with it.
Get it. Come on,
So
Will.
unfortunately, in my contract, I cannot
No,
sing.
you sing that. No, you sing that.
Come on,
Wait,
Will.
I don't have a voice for that. So it's she's my cover girl. Ooh, she's my cover girl. Baby. Nope. All right, we'll move on.
Don't know it.
All right.
But you do sound like the secretary from Monsters, Inc. I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
You know, some might say that what you're doing right now is a hate crime towards me, okay?
I don't even want to hear it.
I am handicapped, and I do not appreciate what you're saying to me right now. Number 2, again, another massive love ballad, right? It's still played to this day. It's been covered 27 million times, and that is Roxette, Listen to Your Heart.
Listen to your heart.
Yeah, there you go. Yay!
Listen to your heart. Yeah? Did I get
Yes,
it?
you got it. You nailed that one.
But
I don't know where it is. Listen to your heart.
Amazing.
Before
All right.
you tell me goodbye.
She had the power hands. She had the power hands. She had the power hands.
Pull it in,
Oh,
pull
that's
it in
great.
tight.
All right, number 1 of this week. It was a hit, but I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna know this one. I remember it, but I was also 47 when this came out. So number 1 is Bad English, When I See You Smile.
You said this was number 1?
Yeah, it was number 1 this week. This was a massive hit, but it just wasn't.
When I see you smile.
When I see
Yeah, there you go.
smile,
Yes.
I can face the world. Oh, you know I can do anything.
It was.
Did we get it?
Okay.
Did we
Yes,
get it?
you got it. You nailed that one.
Zoom high five. Boom.
Zoom high five.
Zoom high five.
Wait a minute. Time out. Is that music I hear playing in the background of Michelle Waterson's house?
No.
Is your husband YouTubing the songs for you?
That is the greatest thing ever.
We demand a recount.
Oh my God.
No.
I was like, I love it.
Actually,
You know what?
I'm fine with it because we're
I'm
on the
fine
same
with it, too.
team, so it's all good.
Yes. I love. That's the first time anyone has done that or even thought about doing it. So kudos to you.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call support.
Support 10 of 10. You get 10 of 10. We're gonna have confetti blowing up around you and everything. Okay, that is absolutely amazing. All right, I heard it was like, should I let that go? Nope.
I'm all like,
We just got Milli Vanilli on the show. All right, so a couple things in 1989, just little things in pop culture. Batman, it was your Batman came out. Michael Keaton, who played Joker, demanded that he gets to choose his own schedule.
Michael Keaton.
sorry. Yeah, Michael Keaton, Batman. Sorry, I said Joker.
Okay, yeah.
So Michael Keaton, Batman, he had get his own schedule. He also, there was a petition to get him not to play Batman that year. Jack Nicholson also demanded top billing and a percentage of the film's earnings, including merchandise. He made so much money playing the Joker, and to this day still does. We also got The Little Mermaid, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Madonna was dropped by Pepsi because the song Like a Prayer. Do you remember that one, Michelle?
Is that Like a Virgin? No, that's a different one.
That's Like a Virgin. She did one Like a Prayer. But it was
the very first time. No?
No, close.
Life is a mystery.
Na, 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 na.
Is your husband singing too?
Yeah.
You got to bring him on to sing it with you. You got to bring him on to sing it with you.
Oh, yeah. Na, na, na. It's like a little bit. It's like I take you there.
There you go. That is amazing.
Love it.
This year also gave us the beginning of the Wonder Years, The Simpsons.
Yes.
I remember that. America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yes, and a couple of the famous dances from 1989. We're not going to make you do the dances. So unless you choose to, that's up to you. The Electric Slide, which is played at every wedding, and The Running Man.
Oh, I could do those. Let me see.
What is The Running Man?
What? You don't know The Running Man?
You don't know The Running Man?
No, what is The Running Man? Oh, we're going to get The Running Man.
We got a live TikTok going on right now.
The Running Man.
Hey, 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 hey. That's all you get. That's all you get.
Oh,
That's the first. I got nothing left. That is 1989. Sports Ruckus take us to the next.
All right. Wow, that was amazing. Now we head to our next segment, which is show and tell. We all had those times in the past when we were in school, and the teacher said, if anybody wants to have anything to share for show and tell, you're welcome to come up to the class and share with the class. So, Michelle, we have show and tell this week. Do you have anything that you'd like to share with us?
Well, when you told me show and tell, I thought it would be really cool to show you my fight shirt from my last fight because it's pretty bloody.
Yes.
I didn't wash.
Oh.
Holy shit. Woo.
I didn't wash it. It's even bloody in the back. I thought it was really cool.
You don't wash those, right? They say just like that, right?
I mean, I have washed my shirts, but this one I thought would be cool not to wash. I just left the blood on there.
Will you eventually frame that, or how does that work?
Yeah, I think so. I think this one is...
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty neat. So I thought that was cool. It was first time in 17 years. I've never been cut in any of my fights. So first time been cut ever in a fight. Wow. And it was a really bloody cut. So
it seemed that way. So that shirt's like a badge of honor, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's funny because I was even... I'm the worst when it comes to wearing white clothes. Every time I wear white clothes, I always end up getting spaghetti sauce, some type of mayonnaise, mustard on it. That like I'm always getting my white clothes dirty. And I even made a joke about it in the back when I was wrapping up. And I said, every time I wear white, I always end up getting it dirty. And then it sure did get really dirty.
Wow. Well, that's a first that we've ever had on the show. Someone in the octagon showing war, basically.
Yes. It's all been a first. We had the first dance, and then that show and tell was absolutely amazing.
And then the husband cheating. Cheating with the music. With the music.
Yeah, that's a strong word to use there. I
Cheating
prefer
on
to
guess
think
that
of it
top
as
10. Guess
I
that top
prefer to
10.
think of the tag team.
We got to frame that in.
Okay?
Yeah. Shenanigans.
Yes, shenanigans. Shenanigans were afoot in that top 10. Yes, I love it.
Hey everyone, this is Mikey Ruckus here to tell you about a brand new segment coming to the BKRR Show, Beat the Ruckus, where you send in your nostalgia questions to see if I know them, which I probably don't. And if you beat the ruckus, you win a prize. You can send your questions into the email thebkrrshow@gmail.com with the subject line Beat the Ruckus. Good luck.
And that brings us to the main event, Michelle.
main event.
Are you ready for this?
I don't know if I'm ready, but I will give it a shot.
All right. We do have a small problem. Ruckus did not send out the scripts.
I did send out the scripts.
I didn't get them.
Let me resend again.
Resend my ass. You never sent them.
Well, come on.
My assistant went through my emails, did not find them.
You're not off script, Will?
I should be. I should just memorize them.
Watch this.
I have my scripts printed out.
You haven't. Oh wow. So
Will, we've been here we've been doing this since what, 8 o'clock this evening, and you're just now telling me that you don't have these scripts?
I was absolutely waiting for this part to tell you. Absolutely. I've been waiting the whole time to tell you messed up. Yes.
You ought to be ashamed.
It's been a pleasure. Did you resend them?
Resending now.
Resending now. All right. Excellent. So what 2 movies are we doing, Ruckus?
All right. So, guys, as you know, our main event of the evening is Wacky Table Reads, where we have our guests send us over, just off of the top of their head, some of their favorite comedies, and Keeping It Will and I choose 2 surprise scenes to do a complete cold scene read reenactment of those scenes. The 2 scenes we are doing tonight are from Tropic Thunder and Nacho Libre.
Wow.
Now, I will let you guys know that Michelle just got these scripts last. Hey, we got a run in. We got a run in.
That's a pretty doggy.
What's doggy's name?
This is Douglas.
Douglas.
Great name.
Great Dane, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Great Dane. The Great Dane named Douglas. I think Great Danes have to have proper names, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Dougie, come on.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Big boy.
Get out of here. Go.
How old is Douglas?
He's getting there. He's around 8 years old now.
Wow.
He's getting up there. Yeah, my baby.
Yeah, mine is down here, like eating random stuff off the floor.
Yeah.
This is Edward.
Oh, I know.
That dog.
Oh, cute. What is that, boy or girl?
Little boy, he's actually a rescue. He was a French Bulldog rescue. I saw him at the pet store, and the owner of the pet store had taken him in from a friend of hers that there was a domestic dispute or something like that. And he's 2 years old. He's got a hairpin trigger. I don't know what he's experienced, but he does not like women at all.
Oh, really?
Not at all. I even mentioned the word women. He starts snorting. So
really, that's interesting.
Yeah, God love him. He's my buddy boy, but he's mean as shit. So. he really is. So anyway, Wacky Table Reads. So Michelle just got these scripts last night. Will just got these scripts 2 minutes ago.
And I noticed that you didn't forward me the original email you sent out. You didn't resend that one. You just sent a new one because you knew you were.
It's faster to just
create a whole new email instead of just. Yeah, you're right.
So let's start with the first scene, which will be Tropic Thunder. Let's kind of set the scene here. Tug Speedman is on set, what he thinks is on set, shooting a movie, and he gets captured. He gets captured behind enemy lines. He's being held hostage. Flaming Dragon is the name of the mercenary group. Realizes that Tug Speedman is Simple Jack, and they're going to call in a ransom. So they happen to talk to his agent, Rick Peck, and Les Grossman, the crazy ass movie producer played by Tom Cruise. So narrating and playing the role of Flaming Dragon,
which will be English, and I reinterpret him as English, just so we're being very clear right now. They will not.
What do you mean? Broken English. Broken English.
He can't do the Flaming Dragon.
Yes, you can, Will.
Okay.
You have to. You got to commit to the character.
Yes.
She says, I'm getting the pass.
Hey,
getting the pass.
I'm Asian. I'm giving you the pass.
She's giving you the pass.
I'm taking it.
It is official.
I'm going for it.
So narrating and playing the role of Flaming Dragon is keeping it, Will.
Keeping it, Will.
Eddie, what the hell are you doing? He's like knocking stuff over here. Edward, get back over.
Stay with the show. Come on, ooh, squirrel. Stay with us.
Because he hears my voice.
His meds are wearing off. Playing the role of Peck, Rick Peck. What is his name again? I'm drawing Matthew McConaughey. I had to play him in a different role last week. I will be playing the role of Rick Peck / Matthew McConaughey, and an iconic role from Tom Cruise, Les Grossman, will be played by Michelle Watterson.
I'm surprised you didn't take that role, Mikey.
No. Les Grossman is the star of this scene, so the star of the scene will be the guest.
Oh.
That is the running theme, regardless of what Keeping It Will thinks. So
just ask Rosin if that's the way it works. I digest.
You guys saw it in the end, so
let's keep going.
All right. So once again, we have not rehearsed this at all.
Yeah.
This is complete cold scene read. So whatever happens, happens, and this is exactly how we like to do it. So without further ado, Tropic Thunder, Keeping It Will. You ready?
No.
Michelle Watterson, are you ready? Michelle Watterson, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, scene.
Doug Speedman has been captured behind enemy lines. The group realizes that Speedman is Simple Jack and plans to call in a ransom. Meanwhile, Rick Peck, who is Speedman's agent, barges into Les Grossman's office, who is on the phone with a client to argue contract points.
Whoa. What do you need, Peck?
No, more like, what do you need, Les? Glasses?
What?
So you can read the Tropic Thunder contract that guarantees my client Tug Speedman some form of digital video recorder on location? Huh?
Look, stick. I'm incredibly busy, so why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your off and jam it into your ass? No, not you, Helen. But I will rip your tits off if you don't get me those theaters.
Perfect.
Peck's phone rings. It's Doug Speedman. Or so he thought.
Hey, Tugger Nuts, I got you on the speakerphone. I'm standing here with Les Grossman, and he's dying to tell you why he's apparently wiped his ass with the TiVo clause from your contract.
We are Flaming Dragon. Speedman is with us now. For $50 million, you can get him back.
Who is this? And how did you get this phone?
We are Flaming Dragon. Simple Jack belongs to us now.
Oh, he does he? Well, let me tell you something, bird. I've never even heard of your little agency, but if you think you can poach my client...
Send $50 million or you see no Simple Jack again, because we kill him. Les grabs the phone from Peck and takes over the call.
This is Les Grossman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Dragon.
Oh, okay. Flaming Dragon. Face. First, take a big step back and delete your own face. I didn't know what kind of Pan-Pacific bullshit hard play you're trying to pull here, but Asia Jack is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to head down there and I will rain down an ungodly upon you. You're going to have to call the United Nations and get a final resolution to keep me from destroying you. I'm talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will. You will.
Les leaves Flaming Dragon speechless. He hangs up and tosses the phone back to Peck and goes back to his business.
Could you find out who that was? So,
And scene! Holy shit! Oh my God.
Oh,
that is a highlight if I've ever seen one.
that might be the first time I almost threw up laughing so hard.
Oh my God. Whew.
Oh, all right. Let's hopefully I don't lose my job for that one. Oh,
there's going to be a lot of bleepings and bleepings.
yes.
Your own face. I watched this scene back and I was like, oh shit.
We gotta do it.
It's exactly why I chose it too. I was like, we are absolutely doing that one. All right.
I was like, I don't know if she's gonna want to do it. No, she's gonna do it. She's a good sport.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do the ones where he was like missing his hands and he was crying.
That whole movie, there's so many scenes you could pick from that movie. Just absolutely ridiculous.
Oh God.
Woo. All right.
Oh. All right.
All right, that takes us to our final scene. Nacho Libre. Now, if you look in the folder, there's actually two parts to the video. It's actually the same scene. It just got cut in half. So,
okay.
This actual scene is where Nacho and Steven Esquileto, they spent the night out on the town. They met Ramses and they realized that he's really not a good person. And Nacho didn't want to be out overnight because he had responsibilities at the orphanage that he had to take care of, and he missed out on all that. So this is actually set the next morning where he and Steven are arguing, and then he goes in and has a conversation with Encarnacion, and then it's revealed to the church that he is Nacho. So narrating and playing the various elders will be Keeping It Will. Mm-hmm. I will play Steven and Encarnacion.
And what about the nun?
Yeah, I'm the nun.
Oh, you're the nun.
Yeah,
okay.
so Encarnacion. So I'm Steven Esquileto and Encarnacion in the two separate scenes, and playing Nacho. Nacho Libre, Jack Black, is Michelle Watterson.
All right. I can give the accent on this one. So
I'm not a good. It's hard for me to do Nacho's accent, but his accent goes in and out throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
there you go.
And I think they told that story in the very beginning that he's, you know, his mom was Mexican, his dad was white or something like that. So they gave him that out because his accent is so bad in the movie.
It is really bad. Now, Ruckus, just out of curiosity, what is your family?
I'm Puerto Rican.
So can you speak Spanish?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
Very little.
So should you be able to say that you're Puerto Rican if you can't speak Spanish?
Yes, I can.
Because I'm Puerto Rican and I can speak Spanish.
You're not Puerto Rican. You're 23andMe only says 0.003%.
First of all,
you can be whatever you want.
You're the
yes.
You're the P in Puerto Rican. That's about as Puerto Rican as you get.
You're the cannot speak Spanish in Puerto Rican. I don't know, man. But
you talk about ageism and how I poke fun at you being old, but you're language shaming me. Now stop.
I'm language shaming. I absolutely am. I make no bones about it. I'm loud and proud.
You better go download Duolingo.
Yeah, just do a como esta or something, man. Come on, man.
Buenos dias, sister.
Buenos dias. It's El Skeletor.
I mean, I can even speak French, too. So you'll get there one day, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
All right, without further ado, Nacho Libre, Keeping It Will, are you ready?
Yes.
Michelle Watterson, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, scene.
It is early morning. Nacho and Steven have been out all night. Nacho realized Ramses' true colors. He is also late to cook breakfast for the orphans and forgot to get food for them to have as well.
To be me right now.
How come?
How come you think? I used to really like Ramses. I wanted to become him. But it turns out he's a real douche.
Well, win the battle jam this week and you can fight him yourself.
After a moment of contemplation, Nacho decides.
Forget it.
What?
Because I can't go on living a lie. Earth to Steven! I'm a friar. I'm not for that world. The orphans, they need me. I have forsaken them.
Nacho is frantically trying to get changed, and the morning bell rings.
I got no groceries for the breakfast because of you.
I'm sick of hearing about your stupid orphans.
What did you say?
I hate orphans.
Say it to my face.
I hate them.
Come again?
I hate all the orphans in the whole world.
Nacho and Steven engage in a vicious collar and elbow tie-up, with neither man giving ground. Nacho chops Steven in the neck, and they both relinquish their hold.
I'm not listening to you. You only believe in science. That's probably why we never win.
We never win because you are fat.
Nacho runs to the church and sees Escarnacion preparing breakfast for the orphans. He tries to appear normal.
Ah, buenos dias, sister. So, what are you cooking?
Breakfast. Ignacio, you have a responsibility to these children.
I know.
Well, where have you been?
I've been gone because I had a lot of churchy opportunities lately outside of the orphanage.
Like what? Where were you last night?
To tell you the truth, I went to a wrestling match. Lucha Libre.
You went to a wrestling match?
Kind of.
You are a man of the cloth. Lucha Libre is a scene.
But why?
Because those men fight for vanity, for money, for false pride.
Yes. It's terrible, terrible. But is it always a sin to fight?
No. If you fight for something noble, or for someone who needs your help, only then will God bless you in battle. You must pray for forgiveness.
As Nacho contemplates the words of Encarnacion, she grabs the pot of soup to go feed the orphans.
Excuse me, Ignacio.
Everyone is in the church for morning service. Nacho decides to kneel at the altar and to seek forgiveness and pray about his wrestling.
Precious Father, why have you given me this desire to wrestle and then made me such a stinky warrior? Have I focused too much on my boobs and all my fame and my stretchy pants? Wait a second. Maybe you want me to fight and give everything I win to the little ones who have nothing so they have better foods and a better life? Yes, maybe that. Okay, if I win tonight at the battle jam, I will know that you bless my mission and that you will want me to be a wrestling servant for you.
Unbeknownst to him, a candle catches Nacho's robe on fire.
I smell cooking.
Roll, you fool! Nacho runs outside and rolls around on the ground to put the fire out. When he stands up, he realizes that his burnt robe has exposed his wrestling gear underneath. The elders, Encarnacion, and the orphans all stand in shock.
Ah, yes, it is true. I am Nacho, the luchador.
Ooh.
Maybe you have seen me on TV. Nacho!
No. This is forbidden. I knew it. He is not the man of God. Nacho, finally feeling liberated from keeping his secret, makes a bold promise.
Tonight, I will fight the 7 strongest men in town, maybe the world. And I will win. Because our Heavenly Father will be in the ring with me. And he and I will win 10,000 pesos. And with it, I will buy a door for the big boss. And we can go on field trips to the park and places like that.
Encarnacion is speechless.
I'm serious.
And with that, Nacho slowly walks down the hillside to see what awaits him.
And scene! Oh my God.
Oh, that might be one of the funnest table reads I've ever had.
That was fun.
And beneath the clothes is just a man. And beneath the man is his nucleus. Oh, God.
Oh,
Michelle Watterson, tell everybody where you're at these days, anything that you want them to know, anything at all. The floor is yours.
I just want to thank everybody for all the love and support over all these years. It really does mean the world to me to have such an amazing, fan base, family out there, just always showing me love. So if you're not following me, or if you don't know where to go, it's Karate Hottie MMA across all platforms. And yeah, just sending my love to everybody.
Awesome. Well, let me tell you, you're one of the best guests that we've had on this show. I've said that before, but this has been an absolute blast. You're an amazing human being. You have a beautiful family. The years coming up from Invicta fighting to now, it's been amazing to watch. Anytime you want to come on the show, any ideas on scenes that you want to do, I'm only a phone call away. We will make time. Thank you so much.
and I want to say that the next time we do want to have you back, and the next time we have you back, we want your husband to be a part of it as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the playing the music in the background might be the greatest thing I've ever seen on this show. I absolutely loved it. Y'all have been amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, I had a blast, guys. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Watterson.